You see my flashers? I'll add this to the other video. See the flashers in the dash? Look at the motherfucker right on my ass. The flashers are on. And they're following me. Look at that. The hazards are on. It says go around, and they stay behind me. Remember me on the highway? Not only did I put my brakes on, I put my hazards on. And what did they do? They hit me at 70 miles an hour. I was in the first lane with my hazards on, my brakes on, and they slammed into me on the highway here. The faces of evil, the demons. Michael Olson's documentary of the satanic cult that exists here. The faces of evil. And I'm not kidding when I say that. This is a satanic cult that exists here. There's the evil motherfucker. Here, Amazon Prime. Right here, Amazon, Faces of Evil. There you go. Faces of Evil. Here we go. More Faces of Evil. Obviously, this is coming to a YouTube channel near you. The Faces of Evil. Truly. You have your hazards on. Remember, I was going down 53 and the Mexican was T-boned, totally blocking off the first lane. I went around. I didn't hit his vehicle. He blocked off the total first lane. T-boned. You don't pull over, but he did. He didn't get into the facing the opposite direction in the emergency thing. He blocked the first whole lane. Had to go all the way around. Did I hit him? No. And then I had people at 53 stop in front of me, slam on their brakes, and the other one come up on me, and I had to exit the highway. Oh, they were playing a game with the car behind me, in front of me. The car in front stopping, the car in back coming up and just almost slamming into me. I had to get off the highway. This was on 53 years ago. After 2017, but just like on the highway, I put on the brakes, I pumped the brakes, I put on the emergency flashers, and the cars stayed behind me on 94. The other lanes were wide open, all of them wide open. And then the Hispanic guy in the SUV came from the second lane and slammed in and hit me twice. Hit them, and like a bowling ball going through pins, it hit them who hit me, who started my spin. They went off to the right, and then he went through and hit me a second time. He hit me twice by hitting them into me and then hitting me directly. So he hit me through them and then hit me directly on the expressway. See my flashers on right here? They got behind me, and then I put on my brakes and I pumped them, constantly pumping them. So my brakes were flashing too, and my flashers were flashing, and no one else on the highway. And they stayed within several feet of me, very close to me. No other cars on the highway. And then here comes the motherfucker that hit me at 70 miles an hour. The Faces of Evil in Illinois. But obviously, you won't let people listen to this and find this on YouTube, will you? But this is my testimony. This is the God's honest truth. What's been happening to me every freaking day. The Faces of Evil. All these demons, all these satanic fucks I'm kicked out of 70 plus restaurants. I don't go back to Hooters or Twin Peaks or Tilted Kilt or Walgreens by my house. Rarely ever go in that. I don't really go back anymore. There's 70 places that I haven't been back in years and years and years, like Portillo's, where the Asian guy threatened to beat the living shit out of me and stuck his head in the car, stuck his head inside my car, and threatened again to beat the shit. I told him I'm rolling up the window and please remove your head. But all these people doing all this evil to me every day in every way. The faces of demons, the faces of evil. And I'm not joking. You stole my business. You've given me diseases. You've intentionally gotten me sick. You've done unbelievable things to me. You damaged my credit. You've undermined me in every possible way. You stole my security business. You stole my clients. Road to independence with John Hancock. I owned all my assets under management. All the business was mine. Not Nick, not Michigan Financial, mine. And I watched Vic and everybody else leave before me, and they took all the assets with them. They took all the clients. Ask Heartland Financial and John when they left. They took their whole John Hancock book and transferred it to them at Heartland. All the orphans, everything. They transferred everything with them. They took it all with them. And they started Heartland, which is Penn. So interesting that I interacted with them. Both of them worked for my firm. So I watch what truly goes on, and then I watch what you do to me. And there seems to be a big night and day. You give these people protection, and you crucify me. And they've been crucifying me with the leaf blowers and that in the McDonald's. Hispanic guy blowing things and starts walking right toward me, and the rocks are pelting. I'm the only one sitting there, and he's pelting my car with rocks and dust and everything. Boom, 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 boom. I drive out in the McDonald's, and then they do it in another place with the leaf blower, bouncing everything off of me. And they just get away with it. They get away with it over and over again, like the Latino guy cutting the lawn, throwing the rock and almost shattering my window. Again, getting away with it. Faces of death right here. This guy next to me eavesdropping. But this has been going on again and again and again and again and again. The black guy who came down and sat down next to me in the bar. He sat down next to me in the bar. And then across from me, I sat away from all the black people. The bartender serviced me. I bought a drink. And then I was sitting there all by myself. I wasn't talking to the bartender. I wasn't talking to anyone. They were on the other side of the room. Music was playing. No one was near me. No one was near me. He came in, sat across from me, eavesdropped on everything, and then made comments and told me to stop searching about black people. And then he told me it was a black-only bar. A black-only bar. And I'm like, hold it. If it's a black-only bar, then why didn't the bartender tell me this? She can't serve me a drink. This bar is only for blacks. Why did she sell me a drink? Why did she tell me I could sit here? Why didn't she tell me any of the rules? And you're coming in and telling me this is a black-only bar and I need to leave? I just bought my drink. She just served me the drink. didn't say any of that. And then he goes and physically attacks me. And then the black bartender, female, out there calling me a racist. You can't see the flasher? Look at this piece of shit right here. Faces of evil. Faces of evil. My flash.